What's going on there, YouTube? And welcome back to Fresh Comic Stories. Guys, this is the channel that we basically sit down and cover different kinds of comic stories from across the comic book world. From Marvel to DC to even IDW. Matter of fact, guys, we are going to jump back over to IDW and continue our coverage with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, we are going to cover Volume 3. We have covered Volume 1, Volume 2, and most of the one-shots from the Micro series, but we are going to cover Volume 3. And this video right here, you're going to see some things happen, but also this volume will set up a future plot line down the road. But guys, I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please hit that like button down below and also subscribe for more comic book videos in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below. But let's dive into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 3. So we begin today's video and we pick up where our last video left off at, where we see the Turtles telling April O'Neil everything about them, how they came from the same lab where she worked at, which they are the same Turtles that she was working on while she was interning at StockGen, but also the fact that their father Splinter is the same rat who she also worked with before they were all mutated. But they tell her that her employer StockGen hired a mutated cat named Old Man Hob, and with his robot army of mousers just kidnapped their father Splinter. And so now their goal is to go after Old Man Hob and get back Splinter, which they know that he's being held at StockGen's building. Now we jump over to Old Man Hob, who is right now holding Splinter as a hostage, and where he's waiting for Baxter Stockman and General Crane to come in and get Splinter. The reason why General Crane wants Splinter is because Stockman made something called the psychotropic compound. Now the Turtles and Old Man Hob have this compound in them as well, but in their blood it is not as pure as Splinter. And so Stockman and General Crane wants this compound to help his army in this war that is going on another planet. Now we pick up with the Turtles, April O'Neil and Casey Jones, as they are going to break into StockGen before Stockman and General Crane gets there, which we see them do some ninja moves to take out the guards, plus also a huge version of a mouser. But this is really just IDW and Eastman showing us the Turtles doing some work and cleaning the building out. The big problem is though, when they get into the room where Old Man Hob and this assistant, which his name is Chet Allen, you have Allen tell the Turtles that some ninjas has taken Splinter away. These ninjas got here right before the Turtles did, and now they have taken Splinter with them as well. Which we jump over to Splinter in some warehouse, now being held hostage by the Foot Clan, which Splinter gets introduced to Shredder and his granddaughter Oroku Karai, and I know I just butchered that name, so please forgive me. Which Splinter knows this is the same Foot Clan he was part of thousands of years ago. Remember that Splinter and Leonardo believe that they are part of the reincarnation process, that in their past lives Splinter was a master ninja who had 4 boys just like the Turtles, but they were all killed by a man named Oroku Saki. Now Splinter knows this is the same Foot Clan that has ties to the older version of the Foot Clan that Splinter was a part of in his past life, which he seems that it is being run by Shredder and his granddaughter, but still wondering why they have not killed him yet. Which you have Carl tell Splinter that the reason why they are not going to kill him because they want Splinter to join their army, and so they are going to give him a weapon, and if he kills one of their best men, well then he can join the Foot Clan. Because Carl explains that although the Foot Clan is made up of the deadliest and most skilled warriors, the conflict has escalated and they have to participate in the arms race, which is the reason why they're trying to bring in Splinter to join them, because right now if he joins the Foot Clan, it will make them even stronger while they're in the arms race to become one of the best people in the city. Now you have the story jump over to the Turtles, Casey Jones and April O'Neil, wondering what their next move is because they have no idea on how to find the Foot Clan. Now something else to point out is that Leonardo is the only one who believes that the Turtles had a past life in the old times in Japan. But Donatello does not believe in that because science has not proved that reincarnation is a real thing. And so they begin to argue the fact that who is right and who is wrong, which does not really matter at this moment of time. But you have April O'Neil kind of stop the fighting and tell the Turtles that maybe they just need to get some rest for once. But also the fact that Casey Jones and April O'Neil have to be somewhere else. But since the Turtles' home is now ruined in the sewers, April takes the Turtles to a new place for them to stay, which is a building that her parents owned, but are not doing any work on it, mainly because her father had a stroke. So the Turtles can hide out here and rest up, and so then they can go look for their father later on. But while the Turtles are getting settled into their new home, we see someone is watching them from the window. Now we do see that General Krang and also Baxter Stockman arrived to Stock Gen to see if Old Man Hob was able to capture Splinter, which of course when they do arrive they come to find out that Old Man Hob has failed. But while those three are arguing on what to do next on where in the world they can find Splinter, the assistant from earlier, Chet Allen, we come to find out that he was the one who told the Foot Clan where they can find Splinter, which means Chet Allen is playing both sides. He is working for Stock Gen, but also working for the Foot Clan. And the big question is, why? Why is this man right here working for both sides? Now, the big conclusion of the second chapter is that we jump back over to Splinter, where he is fighting against the best warrior of the Foot Clan, where of course he does beat the guy and so Splinter wins. Now, you have Shredder granddaughter tell Splinter that he has to kill the man off if he wants to join the Foot Clan. But Splinter says no, and while he is going on with his speech about why it is wrong, Shredder realized that the Splinter voice sounds familiar, which he realized it is Yoshi Hamadu, the name Splinter had in his past life in the old times in Japan. But as soon as Shredder says his name, Splinter realized that Shredder is Oroku Saki, the man who killed Splinter and the Turtles in their past lives. Now, with Shredder knowing that Splinter is Yoshi Hamadu, you have him tell all his ninjas to attack Splinter. They are going to kill him because Shredder still has a ton of hate towards Splinter, even though they both have been brought back to life in a different way. And so now you have Splinter fighting against all of the ninjas of the Foot Clan in this one room. Now we jump back over to the Turtles, who are right now chilling and hanging out in their new home. Outside of the building, there is a young girl who is watching the Turtles in this home, which leads to Michelangelo coming back to their new home with pizza and seeing this girl watching his brothers. And so he goes in to grab her to see who is she. Then we see that she has other people with her as well. And so now he's getting jumped by a bunch of different people with no idea who in the world they are, which the other Turtles do jump in because they hear all the fighting noise coming from outside. But while they are fighting, you have Casey Jones walk up and say that he knows the girl. Her name is Angel. And so we do jump back over to Splinter fighting against all of the ninjas of the Foot Clan, which he does defeat them very easily. But then you have Splinter send out Eloplex, which she is this silver fox who was mutated as well like Splinter, the Turtles, and Old Man Hob. We saw her in the one shot of Raphael in a different video. But you have her attack Splinter because she works for Shredder but Splinter is able to beat her as well. And so now it is literally just Shredder and his granddaughter to fight against Splinter. But jumping back over to the Turtles, Casey Jones, and now this new girl named Angel, we come to find out that basically Angel and the people with her are a part of a group called the Purple Dragons, which they state that they are now just a group of people who are protecting this part of the city. But the reason why they attacked the Turtles is because they seen the Foot Clan, but also saw Old Man Hob and Eloplex as well. Animals who have been mutated and been running around this city causing havoc. And so with that being said, they felt like the Turtles were more bad people. But you have Casey Jones tell Angel, no, they are good people and now they are looking for their father. And so you have Casey Jones ask Angel if she knows where they can find the Foot Clan. And she tells them yes. And we see that she is going to take them there to help out the Turtles. And so now you have Splinter fighting against Shredder like it is going to be the final battle between the two sides. Which at first, the fight is pretty even, since because they are both master ninjas. Here comes the X factor of this fight. Splinter has been fighting all night, all the way back since Volume 2 in the sewers against Old Man Hob and the Mousers, and to this volume where he fought all the members of the Foot Clan, but also the fact that he fought Eloplex as well. And so Shredder actually wins the battle. He defeats Splinter and he's about to kill him off. Until the very last second, you have the Turtles appear with Casey Jones to save their father. And since Angel was able to tell Casey where they can find the Foot Clan at. Which this leads to the point where we see the Turtles fighting against every single member of the Foot Clan. Which honestly, it is pretty cool to see this fight happen between the two different sides. But you have the Turtles tell Casey Jones and Angel to get Splinter out of there, which then leads to them working together to defeat Shredder. Now, they don't kill him or badly beat him, only defeat him to slow him down long enough for them to get the heck out of the building with their father. But now, the rest of the Turtles believe in Splinter and Leonardo on what they are saying, that they are people from the past who have been reincarnated. Then we get a one-page setting where Stockman, General Krang, and also Old Man Hob, where we see that they are discussing the fact that they lost Splinter once again. But you have Stockman shoot Old Man Hob, which seems like he is now dead. But you did have General Krang tell his man to knock out Stockman because they are going to kidnap him and make him work non-stop from now on. But the story closes with the Turtles getting back home, and also the fact that they were able to get their father back, where you have April come over to finally meet Splinter once again, but this time seeing him as a mutated human like rat person now. But that is the end of the storyline right here. So guys, please leave me a like down below and also subscribe for more comic book videos in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, well please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, I will see you on the next comic book video. Later guys.